Tulad ng sinabi natin kanina, aviate, navigate, communicate ang golden rule ng mga piloto. Hindi ito nasunod kahapon. Ang Chief Pilot for Training and Standards ng AirAsia Philippines na si Captain Darren Acorda ibabahagi ang dinanas kahapon ng mga kasamahan niyang piloto. Captain Darren Acorda, thank you very much for being here. So let's begin with this. No? Can you describe, no? Ano ba yung pakiramdam, yung feeling, yung na-experience sa mga piloto? And I'm sure many of your pilots, your planes were up in the air when this happened. No?
Oh, yes.
Ano bang na-experience nila nung nagkaroon ng aberya kahapon?
I was able to talk to some of them, Pia. What happened was, right after airborne, no one was talking to them. It's like being blind and also being deaf at the same time. So, of course, it would kick in to them na, no, this is not happening.
Okay, so parang denial muna.
Denial muna, no?
Baka hindi lang tayo naririnig or baka hindi lang natin
Yes,
narinig.
exactly.
Parang may, okay.
But, and then they tried other frequencies.
When you say other frequencies, radio.
Sa radio frequencies yan, of course, there will be the primary one na dapat mong makausap. Meron ka ring alam na secondary backup noon. They're not also responding.
Okay.
And then they went back sa dati nilang kausap, hindi na nila makausap, which was the tower. So, they have to do what they have to do.
Yeah.
Aviate first, fly the airplane, navigate. They have to know where they are. Like the other flight last night, yesterday morning, I heard that they were going already close to terrain, so they have to navigate out of it. Right?
Okay. But how can you do that if you don't have the control telling you or your instruments?
We have our own instruments to tell us that we are nearing terrain, we are nearing these facilities. Or
Yun ba yung tinatawag, well, this is one of the older jets, yung ground proximity warning system, for example?
that's the protection, yes, to tell you that, all right, you are closing a terrain, so you better do something.
So in other words, yung mga piloto, hindi lang ng AirAsia, pero lahat ng mga airlines,
Yes.
The country's major airlines, international airlines, everybody, all these pilots were on their own.
They're all on their own, but we are trained for this. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And it just kicked in. The training just have to kick in. And they have to do it as per the procedures. And luckily, yesterday, all right, no recorded incident or accident.
Not a single incident, not a single
Yes.
accident. That was a miracle. With all those planes in the air, overflight, whether coming in or to or out of Manila, walang ni isang nagbanggaan. None of them came close to each other.
Part of being a good pilot will be a resourceful pilot. Just like the one in Clark, I heard that they have to talk to the other airplane on the emergency frequency. So doon na sila nag-usap, like, okay, nandito ako sa altitude na to, nandiyan ka sa higher, I go first, let's reland the airplane. You come second, reland. Hindi sila
So
nagbanggaan.
sila na lang,
Silang nag-usap dalawa.
parang sila yung naging sarili nilang control tower.
Yes. Like, saan ka? Nasaan ako? Alam nila. Now, land, then land.
Yeah. So that's probably what happened also with the other
With the others?
other pilots,
Yes, ganun din. Like, they have to navigate safely to a safer ground and then, establish back the communication in whatever way they can.
And what about the planes that were coming in from, for example, from Haneda, from Japan, no? And then they turned back, no? So wala silang contact sa Manila, ang kausap nila Japan.
There's a procedure for that. Like the one that came from Japan, they got information that Manila was shut. So they turned around. Okay, there's another one coming in. I heard it's another airline coming from Damam. And biglang nawala. So what the captain had to do was to revert to emergency procedures of lost communication. So he just continued on to the last known instructions to him and landed ETA plus and minus 5 minutes.
Wow.
And they landed safely.
Not bad, ha? Talagang, like I was saying, kanina, milagro talaga, a miracle. A very welcome miracle, of course. Gaano ba ka-important? Kanina, binabanggit na natin ang communications, navigation and surveillance system o the CNS system ng air traffic management. How important is this para ligtas yung paglipad ng mga plano?
I would say it is very, very, very important. I would compare it, Pia, to a conductor in an orchestra. Si ATC, siya yung conductor. And yesterday, imagine, all of a sudden, si ATC goes blind, nabulag, nabingi, napipe. So how do you control all the musicians which are the flying airplanes?
So yung mga musicians na lang nag-usap?
Yes, nag-usap na lang, okay, let's just do it as per yung, as per the flight plan and as per our procedures. And yeah. Eventually naman, as they came closer to the airport, they were still able to establish communication with the tower.
Okay. Can you also compare this to, for example, mawalan ka ng Waze? Because you pilots, you have to plot your flight path, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a possibility nga na magbanggaan kayo because no one is controlling you. Which altitude sa'yo, which altitude sa kanya, anong speed nung nasa likod mo. No? That's the role of ATC, to control actually just the flights in sequence, which altitude to take, baka meron ba mag-hand-on on a certain airway or equivalent to a highway in the roads.
Okay, and if it's Waze, for example, you don't know where you're going.
You don't know where you're going.
Captain Darren, highly sophisticated yung disenyo ng mga aircraft ninyo, commercial aircraft, gayon din yung mga ground-based equipment, no? Like you said earlier, no, we keep repeating this, mata at tenga ng sa himpapawid. But can you reassure our viewers, no, na you are trained for this, sakaling wag naman sana, maulit ito. Kanina you said, no, all these pilots coordinating with each other.
Yes, we are all trained for this. And like in airlines, and I can speak for AirAsia, we have our recurrent training every 3 months. And part of it is this eventuality that you lose communication, you lose the radar, so you have to revert to the radio navigation, which sort of 60s technology, 50s technology. We have to revert to that. We cannot rely so much on automation. And yeah, pilots, I would say, in all airlines naman, they are all highly trained.
Okay. Kahapon may ilang mga eroplano na yung hindi pina-deplane yung mga pasahero, no? So medyo naging issue din yun, ano? Why did this happen? Kayo nasa ramp naman halimbawa.
Okay.
Why is it not an automatic? There are procedures.
Yes, they are procedures.
Just let people off.
Nice. Ang nangyari would be 2 things. First, the authorities, the airports, and also the airline, they're concerned about the safety and comfort of the passengers. There was already a jam-pack situation in the airports because of none of the flights were taking off. We were just securing yung safety and comfort nila. And then, of course, yung mga kapitan, ang iniisip nila, no, sandali lang ito. So, nandiyan na kayo sa likod, wag na kayong bumaba. Pag naayos ito, at least maka-take off na tayo kaagad. And we minimize your delay. Ganun yung nangyari kahapon.
Okay. Captain Darren, paulit-ulit nating sinasabi, no, walang katumbas yung, there is nothing like safety for every flight, no? Ano po yung message nyo for passengers na, delayed flights, canceled flights, halimbawa? No?
For the delayed flights, canceled flights, and especially if it's about safety, to the passengers, to the riding public, safety is paramount. We always have that in mind. Of course, secondary would be as well maybe your comfort and also the on-time performance na makarating kayo sa inyong destination on time. No? But of course, it will always be safety. Airlines will always have it in mind. We will not take off if it is not safe. Ganun lang. That's the assurance that I can give to the riding public. And of course, PL, let me just also take the opportunity. Yung kahapon, yung nangyari, everyone, the airlines, even CAAP, NAIA, went above and beyond to fix the problem. And I thank those people who went beyond their duty to help the riding public kahapon. And I'm sure everyone did the best that they can. It wasn't as bad as we thought it would happen, but we were able, I think, to handle it very well. Hand in hand with airlines, CAAP, NAIA. Ang magaling yung could be better, but I would say in itself magaling na siya.
Wag lang sana maulit, ano. Pero of course sumasaludo tayo lahat, no.
Yes.
Sa lahat, no. Especially I must say yung mga piloto, my goodness, they kept those planes up in the air and not like we said a single accident or incident. Captain Darren Acorda, ang Chief Pilot for Training and Standards ng AirAsia Philippines. Sir, maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, Pia. Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year.